Garden again.
Olive Garden? When are we going to Olive Garden?
I mean, we're doing the seeds again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the seeds that we did before.
So we are very excited. We did not do a garden last year. There's a bunch of reasons why we're doing a garden this year. It's going to be a bucket garden. Before we would do square foot raised bed gardens. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to stick towards bucket gardens, and that's mainly because where we typically have our garden is full of chickens.
Yep, and I know chickens, they started to lay eggs, but they're not doing it. How rude.
How rude. So we're going to use self-contained or self-wicking water tubs, and that's how we're going to raise our garden. So we put in our seed order. I've mentioned many times on this channel, we get all our seeds, every one of them. This will be the first year where we have no outside seeds from Mary's Heirloom Seeds. All heirloom varieties, all open pollinated, non-GMO, obviously they're heirloom, and all organic. On top of being incredible seeds with a 90% germination rate, she has the best customer service I have ever dealt with. And if you know anything about me, I am very brand loyal when a brand treats me right. And Mary has always been there to answer any questions that I have. She's there to offer advice. She's helped me out with seeds before where I'm really struggling to find a certain seed that I want. She does a research, says, hey, this works with my business. Then she was able to get those seeds for me, even sending me some extra seeds from time to time that, tag on to an order that I make that may grow well in my area. And she's like, here, try these out and let me know what you think. So, Mary, thank you very much. We were so excited to get this. Hannah's needed some garden therapy for a while. She's really missed being out in the garden and working in it and just getting all the benefits that comes with working out in the garden. So I'm going to show you what seeds we have planned for this winter garden here in Florida. We will be seed starting these in the next few days. And I know we're starting late. We always start late. It's just how we operate. Not a whole lot we can do about that because it's just who we are. We always start late. So.
Yep, Daddy's gonna show you Daddy's gonna show you the seeds that we have.
Yep. So I'm going to be getting into peppers this year. I've started to try to build up my heat tolerance. So we're starting out with jalapenos. I know they're not very spicy, but we'll be able to make a lot of really yummy things with jalapenos. We're also growing the serrano peppers. Again, these are provide a little bit more of a kick than a jalapeno. They're not crazy hot like the habanero. I used to think that was kind of the top end, and then you would have the really wild ones like the moringas or the butch tea scorpions or ghost peppers. And then I found out that most people, when they are trying to start building their spice tolerance, start out with habaneros. So we got the serranos, and these I'm excited for. Apparently these are hotter than the serranos. Bulgarian carrot peppers. We'll see how they work. I've never heard of those until now. And then we also have the Cubanelle peppers. These are not spicy at all. They're actually sweeter than a bell pepper. Hannah loves these things. We found them at a meat market that we go to in Arcadia, Florida. We drive for an hour to get to this place because the meat is so cheap and they have a lot of, I don't know what you would call it, rejected vegetables, where places like Publix and Winn-Dixie and Walmart aren't going to purchase them because they have cosmetic deformities. So this place, instead of just letting them rot like a lot of farmers do, they take them and they sell them at this farmer's market or meat market. And that's where we found these peppers, and they are so good. Hannah loves them. We also have our Homestead tomato. We've always done really well with this tomato. The lemon basil, Owen's very excited to be growing basil again. Obviously, I don't want garbage in my body, but the main reason why I grow organic is because this guy does not understand the concept of washing your food before you eat it. So he walks out into our garden and picks whatever he wants and just eats it. We grew, last time we had a garden, we grew so many sugar snap peas and snow peas that had we been able to harvest it, we would have had to give it away. But he would go out there and he would eat handfuls every day right off the vine. So we have to make sure that we are as natural as possible, because he just doesn't worry about washing what he eats. This one was a surprise from Mary. And both Hannah and I are very excited to grow this. We actually have loofah now, so we're going to try growing some loofah this winter. This was another surprise, Lemon Queen sunflower. Sunflower is a companion plant. It does more than just give you sunflower seeds and create a beautiful landscape, but it attracts pollinators. And so knowing that we have an issue with that here, Mary sent this to help attract the pollinators. And so hopefully, if we decide to venture into squash again, they'll take care of that. We have to hand pollinate all our squash. Burgundy okra, this was another surprise. Every time I get a chance to talk about burgundy okra, I do. This has the most beautiful flower I have ever seen on a plant. I wish it would grow and stay. It's a cream colored flower. It's a really big petaled flower on the backdrop of the red stalk. It's a gorgeous setting. And then of course Hannah loves pickling the okra as well. One thing with the burgundy okra, it doesn't stay burgundy once you pickle it. It will turn green. I don't know where the red goes. It doesn't go into the pickling solution. It goes away, and so it does turn green. But we love growing burgundy okra. Vortex French pole beans. I've talked this bean up so many times. I'm excited for us to grow it. It produces a lot. I sense more so with this garden than all my other gardens. I'll eat more out of it. The stuff we harvested from the garden was reserved for Hannah and Owen, because I don't really eat vegetables. Even when I wasn't on my diet, I still didn't eat vegetables. Now that I'm on a meat-only diet, every now and then I'm like, all right, I'm just going to have something. I'm going to try to keep it keto. If I come off the carnivore diet and I have some vegetables or stuff, I'll try to stick towards a keto-friendly cheat, if you will. I will eat a lot of Vortex beans. These things are incredible. German giant radish. We have fallen in love with radishes since we have learned that they can work as a really good replacement for potatoes. So we made a roast potatoes and carrots with radishes. You would not have known that was radish in there as opposed to potatoes. Another thing that we have fallen in love with are jicamas. A lot of people have not heard of this vegetable, and we will be growing it as soon as it becomes available through Mary. This thing, it's obviously a root vegetable. It's got a really tough skin that you cut away, and then the inside, it is a 100% drop-in replacement for potatoes. You can fry them. If you fry them, the thinner you make it, the better. If it's really thick, it'll be fluffy like a potato on the inside if you prepare it properly, but it'll be sweet like a sweet potato fry, and we don't like that. But we found if you cut it thinner, it tastes just like a regular French fry. You wouldn't know any different. We made Texas potatoes out of this stuff. It is awesome. I can't wait to try mashed potatoes out of this. My mother even used it for roast potatoes and carrots, and she said it was amazing. And Hannah even likes putting this in raw salads. I guess we should look up to see if there are coyotes or chayotes, or I don't know how you say it. I think they look like a squash that had its teeth removed before dentures, but Hannah's going to bring me one. I know these two things we aren't growing yet, but we will be growing them. We've just recently found out about them, and most people I talk to are like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's like Mario.
Yeah, Hannah, chayote squash. Hannah likes eating these raw in salads. She says it looks like the plants in Mario. So I guess if you hold it that way, it does. For me, it looks like a toothless squash. Hannah says it tastes like cucumber. So,
Use it in place of apples.
and you can use it in place of apples. Moving on in our seeds, we got peppermint because who doesn't love peppermint? It makes a great tea, takes over, which we kind of like. It's hard to grow grass here. If I could grow a patch to fill in where the grass doesn't grow, that would be really cool. And it would smell awesome every time I mowed. Dill Ducat. I used to hate dill. Then I found Golden Flake dill pickle chips, and that is my big cheat on grocery day. That if they have it at our meat market, because we have to drive to Arcadia to even find Golden Flake products down here, I get a bag of dill pickle Golden Flake potato chips. And so we're going to grow our own dill. Mammoth melting sugar peas. These are basically for Owen, along with the sugar and snap peas. He just loves pea pods, and so he'll yank them right off the plant and go to town on them. Got a few different cucumbers. We have lemon cucumber and Boston pickling cucumber. Oh, we did get some national pickling cucumbers, so we'll have 3 varieties of cucumbers growing. And then finally, we have some scarlet Nantes carrot. We haven't had much luck with carrots, and I think the reason for that is how we were starting the seeds. Instead of direct sow, we were putting them in the little coconut core seed pods, and so it was almost like they were hitting the pod and they would stop growing. So we would get these super small, really tough carrots. So we're gonna try to do soil blockers. That way we can still start indoors and then move outdoors, and we don't have to worry about the fabric of the core pellets. So we're gonna start with soil blockers, and we're gonna see if that works. We're really excited for all this. We have a lot of work ahead of us. We know that. We have to get all the soil because we're not using any soil that could possibly have stinkhorn mushroom in it, which means we need to get our soil from a different supplier this time, just to be on the safe side. Maybe we'll try back with our old people at first. They've always treated us really well. They actually gave me a free load last time because they're like, oh, hey, we ran out. And I'm like, okay, sure, no problem, let's go. And so I have nothing bad to say about them. I just want to make sure that that's not where we got the stinkhorn mushrooms. I'm pretty sure they were attracted here from the flies when we were using fish emulsion as fertilizer. We're not going to use that anymore. We're going to use a different form of fertilizer. Most likely the fertilizer that comes from Mary's Heirloom Seeds. So I'll put all that stuff down in the description, and you can see that. We'll keep you updated as we grow this. We'll be building them with our next check, and then we'll get them all started and ready to go. Are you ready to garden?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of growing a garden?
Basil.
Oh, basil's your favorite? What, do you like any kind of basil? Do you want to try chocolate basil? Okay. We'll be making an order for chocolate basil. You like that? You want to get some chocolate mint too?
Chocolate mint basil?
No, just chocolate mint. Okay. All right, well, we're going to let y'all go.
Yep. And
We have big plans, a lot of big work ahead of us. Thank you guys for sticking around. We really appreciate all the support, and I love seeing all the comments when we post. Remember, be self-sufficient, help everyone you can, inconvenience no one, and y'all have a good day. Bye.
Yep, and do not do stupid stuff like Daddy tells you. Goodbye.
Bye.